The farmer's market that you just saw in that picture before was south of the James Farm Market. That is one of my favorite farmer's markets that I visit weekly. I am here to persuade you to drop those plastic grocery bags from your big chain grocery store like Martin's, Kroger, and Food Lion, and go ahead and visit a local farmer's market like the one that you just saw. I first want to go ahead and start this speech out by giving y'all a couple fun facts that I found about the meat that is in your local grocery store. According to the Clinical Infectious Disease, they found that the supermarket meat samples that they have, half of them contain staph, including the drug-resistant strain MRSA. Another fun fact is that the FDA does not object to supermarkets switching out packaging to make food look more appealing to the customer. Meaning, if a piece of chicken looks a little old and tired, we all seen them before, that it is okay after testing if they go ahead and repackage it and slap a new date on it. And then the third is we've all been in Walmart or we've all been to a grocery store and seen returned meat sitting in the carts in the front of the grocery store. And we always think, what do they do with that meat? Well, after doing some research, I actually had a employee post that they take the meat and they give it to local food banks, homeless shelters, and churches. And if that sounds great, however, that food has been sitting there for how long? And we're giving it to the needy. And God forbid something ever happened to me and my family and I were to go to a homeless shelter. I now know that they give infectious meat out, outdated meat that they wouldn't give to a regular customer. And I just don't think that's right. I hope that everybody learned something today. If you're not already shopping at your local farmer's market and you are mainly just going to your grocery store, that's fine. But I hope that you just take in consideration of the things that we talked about today. So the first thing is the financial benefits that you get from going to your local farmer's market. When you go to the farmer's market, usually you only go once a week, but they are available year-round. They have indoor, outdoor, winter, spring, summer. They are just as convenient as your regular grocery store. And we all have money on our mind all the time. And when you go to a grocery store, you never really go in there and just get what you need. You, instead of saying you need 3 apples for a recipe, you'll go and buy a whole bag because it's just more convenient. It's more convenient because you think you're getting more of a bargain. You have more than what you need, and everybody likes more. But the fact is that when you buy in these bulk quantities from the grocery store, definitely items on sale, because we think sale means that we're saving money. It's not true. According to the National Resource Defense Council, they say that Americans discard 40% of their food supply yearly. Okay, that equals up to $2,275. Now, $2,275 might be a whole paycheck for somebody. And with how the world is today, you might only have one person working in your household. So think about it. A whole month or a whole paycheck, you might as well just go ahead and rip up and throw away in your garbage, because that's what you're doing with your food. That's what you're doing with the money. When you go to a local farmer's market, you're getting fresh produce. You're getting fresh meat. You're getting fresh everything. When I went today, I talked to a farmer that owns a local orchard, and I asked him, I said, when did you pick this apple? And he said 2 days ago. And I was like, wow, 2 days ago? Okay, well that seems pretty fresh. And then I came back and I did some research. And the typical apple that is at the grocery store is 9 to 12 months old. And you're like, how can you say that? How can they sell us year-old apples? This is why. Apple season is between August and September, okay? You can buy apples at your grocery store year-around. That is because they have been treated with a chemical called methoxychloroprene. They have been waxed box and put in a cooling system. So you have year-old apples that have no nutrition value because produce, like fruits and vegetables, lose their antioxidants within 3 months. So you think about it, is it healthy? No, because it has no nutrition value at that point. Is it safe to eat? Yeah, it's safe to eat. The chemicals are safe. But you have them packaged for such a long time. We all know that we have come home with a bag of apples and one of them's rotten. And then the next day another one's rotten. And it's a slow factor. It just slowly keeps on happening over and over and over again. It has never happened to me since I've been at the farmer's market. They are fresh, okay? So they are picked at their peak. When I think about the nutrition factors and the health benefits that come with fresh produce, you're improving your diet, you're improving your nutrition, you're having less allergies because you're eating local. Now, there's been some tests done with local honey, and the fact is that you just cannot eat enough honey to change your allergies. However, if you start children on whole pasteurized local milk that you can find at Elwood Thompson, you can find at Chesterfield Berry Farm Market over in Brandon Mill, there's Farm Fresh, all these other ones that have local milk from their grass-fed beef, then you're building their immunity system to fight against local allergies, pollen, horse dander, some food allergies, which you know is a major factor right now. So you're now saving money medical-wise. Another fun fact is that you can also, if you're on food stamps, no problem. You're not limited to the product that you have to buy because every stand at the local farmers market here in Virginia accepts WIC and SNAP. So you can go, you don't have to feel like you're, being discriminated against. They run it just like a debit card. The third fact that I'd like to talk about is how we're building our community. These farms are small farms. They're small businesses, and we are building them up. So by you going there and buying their produce, we're keeping the money local. Okay, so for the food stamps, we all know that taxpayers' money go to food stamps. Understandable. But if you go to a grocery store and you buy an avocado from Mexico, where do you think that money is going? Number one, we're buying out of season when you go to the grocery store. Okay, they're buying produce that's out of season, and our tax dollars are going to pay for that money over there in Mexico for them to have the avocado shipped to us. Okay, why not just eat local, eat seasonal, and give our money back to our community? It just makes sense. When you go to these farmers markets, you also start to build a relationship with the farmers. There was a mushroom stand that I was getting some mushrooms at, and I was just curious, where do they get them? They said they go up to the mountains of the Shenandoah, and they pick them themselves. And then they asked me if I was willing to go with them, and I was like, what? I never even thought in a million years of going mushroom picking. It's not something that you would ever be really invited to do at a grocery store, but at a farmer's market, it's totally acceptable. So that might be something that, a lot of people might not think might be fun, but it's an option, and it's educational, and it's fun. You get to go out and pick your own stuff. Another thing is that they love to give you food preparation techniques for their produce. They like to tell you about it. They like to tell you what they feed their animals, what they like to feed their vegetables. It's a learning experience every time you go. So, I cannot talk about this enough. If you have never been to a farmer's market, just take a day, an hour, and go out there. If you don't have time, just go on their websites. There's many websites that you can go to, and you can actually pre-order with them. So if you don't want to wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning and go like I do every Saturday, then you can go ahead and pre-order, go, pay for it, pick it up, get in your car, leave, faster than the grocery store. So just think about that. I hope that y'all learned some stuff today, and I am excited to hear your comments. Thank you. Bye.